Hey, what's up, my friend? This is AJ, and today we're going to crack into 4 reasons as to why you feel anxiety. Now, this can happen in social situations when you're meeting someone new, maybe you even with friends or even family, but you feel that anxiety bubbling up inside of you. You don't know how to stop it, and so it affects the way you act. You feel nervous, you may be sweating, shaking, trembling, and at the end of the day, you don't have to be suffering with these symptoms of this anxiety. So here are the 4 main sources of probably where your anxiety is coming from. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Number 1, you're trying to impress. You're trying to be liked. You want them to think you're cool, whether it's your friends or even your family. You want them to be impressed by you. You've got something to prove. So when you come up there, you want to be perfect. You want to be the best version of yourself without necessarily working on yourself. And so what happens is you end up feeling anxiety. You feel performance anxiety. It becomes very hard for you to keep up this persona in front of everybody. And some of you might get home from whatever you're doing and you feel literally physically tired. You feel tired because you're trying to keep up this front in front of other people. You don't want your ego to be bruised. You don't want to be seen as the person that is vulnerable. You don't want to be seen as the person that isn't as cool as they portray themselves to be. So you try and be cool. You try and impress your friends or your family. And really, that makes you feel worse. The second reason, you're not grounded in the present moment. This meaning you are constantly focused on the future. What might happen? What if this happens? What happens if this happens? And you're constantly focused on the past. This happened to me, therefore it might repeat itself. Or I'm so scared this might happen again. But at the end of the day, my friend, when you're not focused in the present moment, your anxiety of the past and the future bubbles up. Being focused on the present moment is more than just focusing on what somebody in front of you is saying. It's more than just being focused on what's going on around you at that moment. It's being focused in a position where you're so aware of every single second that moves past that you just feel whole. You don't worry about what they think about you. You're just focused on what you are or who you are. You're not focused on trying to be someone you're not. You're just focused on yourself, being the self. And a lot of this happens when you focus on things like your breathing, when you focus on what you feel, when you focus on how you're feeling. If you have those moments, everybody has those moments throughout the day where you're just relaxing and then you feel that anxiety bubbling up again. Will you feel worried about that anxiety or will you just notice it? That's a part of the present moment. Will you just notice the anxiety and let it go past? The third source of your anxiety is not wanting to be vulnerable. You don't want to be that person that can just express themselves. You think you want to, but you don't know what it means to do that. You have to have balls to be able to express yourself. You have to have bravery in order to go out there and stop caring what people think of you. And you want the same outcome that those people have. You want the social status, you want the friends, you want the money that might come from it, but you still don't want to put in the work. You still don't want to put in the effort. If you can be able to just let go and be yourself, be vulnerable, say that joke that people might not laugh at, tell that story that you find interesting, meet that person that you find cool, do whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, life is way too short to be living someone else's dream, to be living the dream of your friends, to be wanting to become the person your parents want you to be. You have to be living for yourself. You have to be vulnerable in social situations. The beauty of being vulnerable is that other people sense it. They sense that you have a realness to you. You have an essence. And so they want to be with you. They'll end up doing things that you didn't really expect. They might invite you to a party. They might want to be really close with you because they feel like there's someone or that you're someone that they can trust. So before I give you the 4th source of your anxiety, the last one, which is one of the most important ones, I just want to give a quick shout out to the new book, Project Self-Mastery. This book is about 100 pages or so where I basically put in all the knowledge I've learned, everything I've learned from all the books I've read, everything I've learned from the experiences I've had, interviews with successful people and unsuccessful people, what you should know and what you should be doing and what you really shouldn't be doing. All of this I've condensed into a few pages, very, two topic. Everything is very on point. Everything is condensed, very fast, very easy to understand, I was told. And I just love sharing because it's completely free. You can just go down, click the link in the description below. And if you want to talk directly to me, it's on my website. You can just go to the link in the description below and you'll be able to get a hold of me personally. Last thing, if you found any value in this video, go down to click subscribe and click like. And if you want to see my beautiful face every single time I release a video, go and click the bell icon in order to get a notification whenever I drop a video. So let's get back to it. Number 4, you constantly, and when I say constantly, you have this need to control. You feel anxiety in social situations, in financial situations, in whatever it is, because you want to control everything. You want everything to go perfectly. Picture this. You enter a party or any social venue, and immediately you want people to notice you. You want that person to come up to you and you say a joke and they laugh, haha. Then you go to your crush and maybe they tell you how much they adore and love you and they care about you. And you say, haha, not right now. And you go down and you go and become that social magnetic person. But at the end of the day, you're still controlling. You still want a specific outcome. There's a very simple principle you need to understand. You should let go of the outcome. When you enter a social situation, for example, you meet new people, let go of the outcome to be liked. I'd rather be hated or loved than just be liked. I'd rather have 100 people that say, AJ, you're horrible, you're disgusting, you're fake, you're this, you're that. And have 10 people that say, AJ, you're the best. You're one of the most important people in my life. People that completely love me. Then just have 110 people that just like me. And the reason why I say this is because if you hold on to a certain outcome, if you want a specific outcome from any social situation, you become what is called outcome dependent, which means you want this to happen. And for some reason, don't ask me why, the more you want something to happen, the less it's probably going to happen. I have a friend. And his name is Mark. He's very happy, very successful. He's really growing into himself now. But back then, you wouldn't think he was the same person he is now. In fact, Mark was very lonely. He didn't have friends. He didn't have relationships. He didn't have experience. And he hungered and thirsted for that. Mark just entered university first year and he was lonely. So the first thing Mark did was say, hey, after speaking with me, of course, and checking out my book and stuff like that, he went and he decided to go and meet new people. You can be the best in high school, by the way, and get to university and everything changes. You're into a new environment and you feel scared. So Mark had this constant need to be liked. He wanted people to like him. He wanted to be the coolest person in the room, the most magnetic person, the most charismatic person. And so Mark behaved in ways that he thought people would like. He would behave in ways that weren't necessarily him. And that already is violating rule number 3. He wasn't being vulnerable, but he was trying to be someone else in order to be liked, which is counterintuitive because they'll end up liking the version or the split of your character then. They're not really liking the real you. But anyway, I digress. Back to Mark. And so what happened was, he tried this out a couple weeks and nothing happened. He, of course, got a couple, because he put himself there, he got a couple friends, older friends that have finished university, friends that are already having kids and stuff. He didn't want that. He wanted to meet people his age. He wanted to get a girlfriend. He wanted to live that life. He wanted to be social, as I call it, the social butterfly. So Mark called me this other day and he said, AJ, look, I don't know what's going on right now. I never found it hard to make friends, but I'm lonely and I'm entering university and I'm panicking. So I said, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you enter the environment without any other outcome, but just to give? Why don't you enter the environment to just give positive emotions to people? Stop wanting to take their validation by them wanting to like you, which is a violation of rule number 1, trying to impress. But try and go out there to give. Compliment someone. Hey, I love your dress. It looks amazing. Hi, you are a very good-looking person. Just go out there and express yourself. Tell a story. Tell a joke. Speak to the Uber driver. A few weeks passed, 2 or 3, and it turned out Mike actually found 3 new friends. And not just any friends. These were friends that he really clicked with. These were people that were in his life, not because of anything else, but because they liked Mark for being Mark. On top of that, a few months later, he got a girlfriend. And they've been happy. I think he's in his 3rd year of university. They've been happy ever since. Hey, look, you don't have to be Mark. You don't have to just decide to change your life and go and meet people and force yourself out there. I mean, it's the fastest way of becoming the best version of yourself, by the way. But anyway, all I want you to do is realize where your anxiety comes from. Trying to impress others, not being grounded in the present moment, constantly wanting or not wanting to be vulnerable. And fourth, constantly wanting to control. Constantly wanting people to like you. If you saw any type of correlation between all 4 of these points, it's the need of validation. You want people to like you. If you can get rid of that want, and if instead of taking from them, I want you to like me, I'm fishing for compliments. How do you think I look in this dress? Rather, give. Give to people. Make their experience with you more positive. If you can do that, my friend, I promise you, in any situation, they will come back to you. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's even a financial situation. The more you give in your business, free samples, whatever it is, the more you can give, the more you'll be able to get. So my friend, without further ado, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking your time and investing this in yourself. I never take it lightly. With that being said, I love you. God bless you.